Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Black Guy Does Physics. Today we're going to be looking at the Pythagorean Theorem. You're going to like what you see, so hit that like button and subscribe for future content. Alright, let's get it cracking. Well, for the Pythagorean Theorem, it deals with a right triangle. For a right triangle, it is a special thing due to the fact that if you know one side and one angle, you could figure out everything about the right triangle. Or if you know two sides, you could figure out everything about the right triangle. Okay? For the right triangle itself, it has a long side, which is called the hypotenuse, and two short sides. We're calling them O and A for now. One is an adjacent, one is an opposite. But in another video, I'll deal with that. Just understand that there are two short sides. Now, for most of you in your classes, what your teachers might tell you is that A squared is equals to B squared plus C squared, some crap like that. That's true, but then students don't know what A squared and B squared and all of that is. It's very simple. Look for the long side, and the long side, I'm going to call it H. That's the long side. Squared is equals to the two short sides squared. You add the two short sides squared. That's it. That's Pythagorean theorem. There's nothing else to it. So if you want to find the long side, then the long side, which is H, is just simply equals to the square root of the two short sides squared. You add them up. If you want to find any other of the short side, whether O or A, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to put O. It's just the square root of the long side squared minus the short side squared that you don't know, that you know actually. So that's it. Pythagorean theorem. Done. Nothing. And you have a calculator, so you could figure that stuff out on it. So let's just throw random numbers here. First of all, you have to be able to identify the long side. How do you identify the long side? Well, in these pictures, they're nice and crispy, so you could see which one is the long side. But at the end, I'll just randomly throw up something and you'll see. How do you identify? This little box right here. This little box is your your 90 degree or your right angle. Any side that is facing that angle is your long side, aka your hypotenuse. So once you know that, you're good to go. You're Gucci, man. So let's put in some numbers. Let's see. 7, let's put this as 4, and I want to figure this one out. Let's give it a letter or variable. Let's call it O. Cool. So O will be equal to long side, the square root of long side squared, which is 7 squared, minus 4 squared. That's it. 7 sevens is 49, so 49 minus 16. My math is not the best in the world. Chuckle. And that's what, 33? Square root 33. Boom. If you have a calculator, you could put that in. Nice. Let's put 2, 4, and let's figure out. So this side that is missing is our long side. How do I know it's the long side? Very simple. It's facing the right triangle, or the right angle, sorry. This one. It's facing that. So how do I get it? I just use my little formula there. Long side should always be equals to the short side squared plus the short side squared, and you take the square root. So that would give me the square root of, that's what, 4 plus 16. I think that's 20, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, square root of 20. Boom. Oh crap, I didn't put that in. Well, let's call this H. So H should be the square root of 20. Alright, let's do another one. Let's pick some random number again. Let's keep it simple. This is 6. This is 3. And what side is that? So that's a short side. Let's call it X. So therefore, my X, what's it again? The square root of long side, which is my long side, the side that is facing this. So 6 is my long side, so 6 squared minus my other short side, which is 3 squared. So that gives me the square root of 36 minus 9. And that's what? The square root of 27, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You could always check my math. I'm rushing through, so my math. All right, let's look at this one. We're going to put 3 here, 4 here. And we're going to figure out what that side is. So let me give you a second to try and figure out which side is the long side. So my long side, I did something wrong here. This is pure magic, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is pure magic. Give me 1 sec. Let me erase you. There you go. So that would be wrong because you could see 3 would have to be my long side. So let me put this as 1 sec. Let me put this as 4 and let me put this as 3. So you could see that the 4 is my long side. What I did before was a move. So you could see that because this side is facing my right angle here, then it has this side has to be the longest. So that means that this is a short side. So here we go. Let's call this y. So therefore y should be equals to my long side, the square root of my long side squared, minus my other short side squared, which is the square root of 16 minus 9. And what's that? Someone help me. That is square root of 7. There you go. Nice and easy. Let's do one random one for fun. So let's put it like this. Boom, boom, boom. Right? So if we did this, let's go like this. Right? If I do that and I call this my right angle, so it doesn't look like a 90-degree triangle or a right triangle, but once I put this little fancy thing in here, it indicates that it's a right triangle. Therefore, let's call this is 5 and this is 7. So which side is my long side? This side is my long side. So that means I'm looking for my long side. So let's call this h again. So h should be equals to the square root of 7 squared minus 5 squared. So 7 sevens is 49, I think, if I'm not mistaken, minus 25. That should be equals to the square root of 24. And you could use your calculator to figure out what the square root of 24 is. Now, kids, yes, your teachers are going to say a squared equal plus b squared equal to c squared. That's all fine and dandy, man. But in my experience, students get confused and tricked by that. So it's long side squared is equals to short side squared plus short side squared. In reality, you just need to know how to figure out the long side or the short side. So all you have to remember is the long side is equal to the square root of the two short sides squared, the sum of the two short sides squared. And the short side is equal to the square root of the long side squared minus the short side squared. That's it. And you're done. Well, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoy. Once again, hit that button, man. Hit that button. Don't be a moo-moo. Just hit the button, subscribe, like, tell a friend. See you later. Deuces.